189 stages totaling 5,000 kilometres. Sebastian Loeb and Marcus Grönholm are separated by just 6 points in the Drivers' Championship. It will all be decided over the next 17 stages at Wales Rally GB. Loeb, who arrives in Wales in the lead. He just needs to finish fifth to take his fourth successive title.
I think I am in a good position, in a better position than Marcus, but it's a motorsport and everything can happen.
And he's right to be cautious. This battle for the championship is being fought between the two best drivers of recent times, but it is their mistakes which have been the defining moments of the season. And it was this off in Ireland 2 weeks ago which saw Grönholm lose the championship lead.
I think we can win the rally, but it doesn't help in fact. We have to see what Sebastian is doing and so. It will be a difficult thing, but still there is a small chance, so I hope.
This is Marcus's last event as he is set to retire. He will want to leave as champion and knows how to win here, having done so last year and back in 2001. But he also knows these roads must be treated with respect. This spectacular role in 2002, one of 5 retirements he's recorded. How will he approach this weekend?
Just doing my best and trying to really go fast and without any mistakes. So that's the way to do it.
Loeb has shown a little more consistency in Wales, but this is one of the few events he's not won. And the weather forecast suggests these will be classic Wales conditions, wet and muddy.
It's not the easiest condition to try to finish in the 5 first position without taking any risks, but we'll have to do it.
Whatever happens this weekend, Ford are safe in the knowledge that they are already manufacturers' champions. They have dominated this contest and finally wrapped it up in Ireland. But Ford are still looking for their first driver's title since Ari Vatanen in 1981. And Ford boss Malcolm Wilson will be calling on his other drivers to do their bit for Marcus.
We've got a great team, obviously with Mikko in the BP team, and then if you look at the Stobbart team, they've got very strong drivers with Hennin and with Jari-Matti. So hopefully that's 4 possible people who could keep Sebastian behind it.
So here's a reminder of those standings. Loeb's lead is 6 points, providing he gives away no more than 6 points to Grönholm at this final event. He will be champion, a tie being good enough as he has more wins than his rival this season. Grönholm has already collected some silverware this week. To mark his retirement, he was presented this Lifetime Achievement Award by sponsors the Abu Dhabi Tourism Authority.
Of the event, Marcus has won with the team.
As you've seen, Ford's 21-point lead in the manufacturer's classification means that they are already champions in this category. Subaru will be eager to get ahead of Stobart BK. Finishing third would be some consolation for them. Rally HQ is in the Welsh capital Cardiff. The service park remains in Swansea, but at a new location on the city's waterfront development. From here, our contenders will head out to the 17 stages in the Welsh valleys and forests. The event started in Cardiff with Sebastian Loeb crossing the ramp at the ceremonial start to begin his quest to secure a record equaling 4th consecutive World Championship. And as a tribute to Colin McRae, his father Jimmy and former co-driver Derek Rimmel displayed the Subaru Impreza that took Colin to victory and the World Championship here in 1995. On to stage 1, and the forecast for wind, rain and fog looks correct. And for the first time since Rally Sardinia back in May, Sebastian Loeb, as championship leader, is the first to take on the fog-covered opening stage. The winning Ireland following Grönholm's crash may have been the critical blow for the Frenchman in the title race, but he'll be well aware he can't count on anything on this famous old event. Time and time again over the years, the world's best have seen championships destroyed on these treacherous forests. On the list for Grönholm, his task is simple. He needs to win, and much is clear. The Finn will need to put the frustration of Ireland behind him as quickly as possible. It's his 150th start in a WRC event, and it would be a fitting way to mark the occasion if he can conquer the line to claim his third world title. These are typically horrendous conditions this morning, but it wouldn't be Rally GB without a bit of fog. Mikko Hirvonen is seemingly undisturbed by the lack of visibility. Ford's number 2 is clearly doing everything he can to get off to a flyer here on stage 1. Interestingly, unlike many of his rivals, Mikko is driving without his headlights on to prevent the glare reflecting from the fog. Petter Solberg has happy memories from Rally GB after securing the Drivers' Championship here in 2003. Memories, though, have been few and far between this season. The new Subaru Impreza didn't come fast enough for the Norwegian.
Keep left of the crest to 6 right bus, 18. Line to 6 right, Hudson out of 5. 6 left minus, extra
And that's an early setback for Petter already. A big moment for a driver who's clearly desperate to finish the season on a high. He got away with it.
Into 6 left of the crest, opens long, 180.
Not a great start for Subaru as they bid to take third in the Manufacturers' Championship. Stobart VK currently hold that position, and that has a lot to do with the performances of this man, Jari-Matti Latvala. He was third in Ireland and has the capacity to repeat that result. He may be only 22 years old, but has more experience than most here. This is his 6th start at Rally GB. If the championship leader is feeling the weight of expectations, it's difficult to tell. Loeb is still attacking very hard despite these horrendous conditions. The base notes from Daniel Eleanor warning of what lies ahead are even more crucial on these fog-covered roads. The Citroën C4 driver is looking ominously quick. But how is he comparing with his rival for the championship through this stage? We're back with Gronholm as he nears the finish. And with Virtual Spectator, we can see that at the 4-kilometre split, he was 5.6 seconds slower than Loeb. Let's continue to the end of the stage as the Finn is able to turn it around. Well, he's clearly still going to be a lot slower. Well, he made up a bit of time later in the stage, but it's still not a good start for Gronholm. 5 seconds slower than Loeb.
Marcus, end of first stage of Rally Wales. A little bit slow at the start.
Yeah, it was so foggy. I had difficult to come up in the speed, and I was too slow in the beginning. But okay, it will be a difficult rally. I just want to keep the car on the road now, and we'll see.
But both Loeb and Gronholm were slower than Mikko Hirvonen in stage 1. He's the early leader in Wales, and by a useful 6.5 seconds as well. Latvala was 4th fastest, followed by the Subarus of Chris Atkinson and Petter Solberg. The horrendous weather's showing little sign of improving as Sebastian Loeb sets out into stages 2 and 3. The Frenchman became a father for the first time less than 2 weeks ago, so maybe he might be lacking a little sleep, and he'll need to be at his sharpest in these conditions.
Et ferme 149 plus
And Gronholm needs to be even sharper. And it looks like he is finding his rhythm through these 2 stages. He reduces the deficit to Loeb to 1.4 seconds on stage 2. And on stage 3 he goes ahead of the Frenchman. And Loeb has even more to think about as the 4 drivers are all starting to do their bit. Jari-Matti Latvala is 2nd fastest on stage 3 and is now just 7 seconds behind the championship leader. But the fastest forward on both of these stages is again Mikko Hirvonen. He's really fired up for this final round of 2007, making light of these nasty conditions.
Ja pidä. Oikein tosi hidas ylinypy menee. Oi jo.
What a baptism this is for the Suzuki SX4, which is making its debut on gravel. A less than dry run before the team enters the championship full-time next season. The man behind the wheel is Marcus Gronholm's cousin Sebastian Lindholm, but his day is brought to a premature end on stage 3.
Our brakes are completely lost. We have to stop on stage. This is too dangerous now, Eric. Too dangerous now.
So as the crews head to service in Swansea, Hirvanen's lead is already an imposing 21.4 seconds. Gronholm's advantage over Loeb is a level 1 second. Chris Atkinson drops to 7th, saying he was struggling for grip. The car washes in Swansea will be earning their money today.
Sebastian, conditions out there are really tricky this morning, aren't they?
Yeah, very difficult. But a lot of fog in the first, a lot of mud in the third. But for the moment, the rhythm is okay. We are third overall. We don't need more. Hirvonen is going very fast. Gronholm is just in front. Latvala is just behind, but okay, we will see. I'll try to continue like this.
What is your approach this morning?
I'm just looking what's going on. For a moment, it's no idea to try to really take any risk and to win because it doesn't change anything for a moment. But let's see. Just continue trying to find a good rhythm. I would like to finish this rally now, and we have retired two rallies in a row, so it would be nice to have a result.
It sounds like hard work out there, but at least the rally leader is finding something to enjoy.
Just the braking into the one hairpin, it was absolutely perfect, and I thought it's going to be, I'm going to overshoot like by far.
250.
But in the end it was just perfect, and definitely if I try again it's not going to work.
What a season it's been, a race for the driver's title with countless twists and turns, and for the first time since 2003 it will be decided at the final event. Here's a reminder of how we got here. Monte Carlo, and nobody could touch Sebastian Loeb. He led from the very first stage, 10 points to him. But just as set rules in Monte Carlo, Marcus is the boss in the Swedish snow. He took the maximum 10 points here, and Loeb was second, so held on to the championship lead. Now, two contenders had to give way to Mikko Hirvonen in the inaugural Rally Norway. He won that one. Gronholm was second, but this was where Loeb showed he was fallible. 2 visits to the snowbanks on the day 2 left him pointless, and Marcus's total advance to 24. He took over the championship lead. Back down the gravel in Mexico, the first time on that surface for the C4. There were doubters, but it comfortably outdid the focus, allowing the Frenchman to close the gap. Portugal, and it was Loeb again. The C4 was looking the complete package. But the damage shock absorber and the wrong tyre choice did for Gronholm. Frustration was showing.
We are again on different tires. He have harder tires, which is completely right now because my tires are quite bad.
Worse was to follow. The Focus ran with rear windows 0.5 millimetre too thin. Marcus had crossed the finish line in second, but a time penalty saw him demoted to 4th. 3 less points, and the championship lead handed to Loeb. Argentina, 3 gravel wins in a row to 7. Gronholm second again. What's the writing? Marcus looked to be getting back on terms at Rally d'Italia, but more suspension problems courtesy of those nasty Sardinian rocks. And Loeb was into day 3 with a 40-second buffer. Another gravel win was nearly in the bag, but that broke the steering, and very soon after he was off the road. Another no score for the Citroën driver. Gronholm took the win and the championship lead. Another win for Marcus in Greece. As expected, in Finland as well, his 7th home win in 8 years. His points advantage now 13. He was now in charge of the championship. Marcus expected to lose points in Germany, where Sebastian has never been beaten. However, going into the final stage, he was second. But the mixture of pressure from a charging Francois Duval, a cow on the stage, and some lost concentration, a 2-point loss became 4. New Zealand was quite simply a classic. Day 1 belonged to Gronholm and the second to Loeb. They started day 3 separated by just 1.7 seconds. Their combined times differed by just 2 seconds over the day's 7 stages, with the Finn holding on by just 3 tenths in the Mystery Creek Super Special. That's about 2.5 car lengths after 354 kilometres. Only 2 extra points for Marcus, but psychologically it would feel like a lot more. And he needed that with 2 tarmac rallies to follow. No one boat, but Marcus scored a satisfactory 14 points from Catalonia and Corsica. His lead was transformed. Back to gravel in Japan, Gronholm needed to take advantage. That was not what he wanted, a golden opportunity for Loeb. But it was one which he wouldn't take. He went off the road as well, and neither of our contenders picked up any points. We may have been back on tarmac in Ireland, but these roads were as slippy as any gravel rally. A big mistake from Gronholm. Loeb took over the championship lead for the first time since Argentina. So there you have it, a breathless run through a breathtaking 2007 season. And at the moment, Sebastian Loeb is still in control of the championship's destiny. He arrived in Wales with that 6-point lead, which means that he only needs to finish 5th this weekend to take the title. And he enters stage 4 in 3rd position. You can see conditions will improve, but they are not repeating with the stages. Got himself ahead of his championship rival in this morning's stages, but he's still second behind his teammate Mikko Hirvonen, and he will probably need to win here to give himself a chance of the championship. And here is the rally leader, Mikko Hirvonen. A narrow section of stage here with danger on both sides, but even on this greasy surface, full commitment from the man from Jyväskylä.
Huomio, jarrusata. Oikein serpo, takaviisto.
Jari-Matti Latvala enters this stage in 4th, but just 7 seconds behind Loeb. He will be eyeing a podium finish, but you'll notice here that his bonnet is loose. That will be a distraction and might have contributed to him losing time to Loeb in this stage. Increases his advantage over Loeb in this stage, leading the Frenchman by 2.9 seconds. But fastest again was Mikko Hirvonen. So far, that's 4 out of 4 stage wins for him. His lead now 25.6 seconds. Now onto the final 2 stages of the day. No heroics needed from Sebastian Loeb, but he's equal to Marcus Gronholm on stage 5. Literally equal. They record identical times of 13 minutes, 20.9 seconds over 25 kilometers. Here's Henning Solberg crawling through the stage. You can see his windscreen has completely messed it up. His blower has failed. Well, these cars may be worth hundreds of thousands of pounds, but they are still susceptible to the type of problems that your car may experience. Henning and co-driver Kato Menke can barely see anything. They lose over 7 minutes, and with the final stage being run in the dark, they were later forced to retire. So the final stage with that extra hazard of darkness. Henning Solberg's teammate Jari-Matti Latvala is also struggling. He has visibility problems too, and his windscreen wipers have been malfunctioning. In conditions like this, it's clearly making driving almost impossible. Eventually, like Henning, he's forced to give up for the day. And Latvala's demise will further ease the pressure on championship leader Loeb.
180 mètres.
Oh, but he's lost his spotlights there. They come back on, but there is a problem there. That will be a worry for the rest of the stage. Driving in darkness with just his sidelights working, he's going to be at a real disadvantage. With Latvala out, he's unlikely to lose a position, but he's going to be a lot slower than the Fords. And one of those Fords, Mikko Hirvonen, is still absolutely flying. He's underlined his dominance in dramatic fashion on this final stage, setting a time 16.4 seconds quicker than anyone else in the darkness. A stunning finish to a superb first day for Mikko. That amazing time on stage 6 sees Hirvonen taking advantage of just under 40 seconds into the second leg. Gronholm's in second and Loeb still in third, but those failing headlights are warning to him that nothing is guaranteed. And the weather forecast is no better for the remainder of the rally. A bright start to the second day of Wales Rally GB, but a rainbow is a telltale sign that there is still some rain in the air. That stage surface still looking pretty greasy as Chris Atkinson enters the stage. After a bright start yesterday, he slipped away as the conditions took their toll, but he's up and immobile again and claims another place in this stage, taking 6th from Matthew Wilson. Danny Sordo began the rally in confident mood after 4 consecutive podium finishes, but the young Spaniard will have never experienced conditions like these before. He's in a somewhat lonely 5th position and is happy to play it safe, well, as safe as you can be at 160 kilometres an hour along these forest roads. For Petter Solberg, it's been another difficult season, but he started in strong form in a rally he first competed on almost a decade ago. He starts day 2 with an early spin, though, dropping almost 30 seconds. Begins stage 7 as the rally leader after a dominant performance on day 1. He's proving to the rally world that there could be a new challenger for Sebastian Loeb after his teammate Marcus Gronholm retires. After crashing out on the first day last year here in Wales, though, Nico has less experience on these roads, which could count against him. This really is proving to be a very challenging rally, and it's mistakes that championship leader Sebastian Loeb has to avoid. It's been another faultless display from the Frenchman so far, but on these treacherous roads, he and co-driver Daniel Elena will need to keep their concentration right down to the final stage. One mistake and his title hopes could be over. And that is looking like the only way that Marcus Gronholm could become champion. He begins the day nearly 40 seconds behind Mikael Hirvonen. Bit loose there, but he gets it back. And the split suggests he could take some time back here. And here is Hirvonen nearing the end of the cricket stage. And virtual spectator shows us that he's still some way behind his teammate.
Pikku nyppy, huomio 6, nyppy 2, vasen K sisältä, jarru 8. Oikein tosi hidas risteys.
He's 8.4 seconds slower. His overall lead is now just over half a minute.
Markus has done these stages many times and I haven't been here for many years, so midpoint I was just too careful, my own fault, so I need to really step up a bit.
Gronholm also extended his advantage over Loeb in that stage. The gap between the championship rivals now 24.4 seconds, but with Petter Solberg over a minute behind the Frenchman, he's still in a comfortable position. Sebastian Loeb and Marcus Gronholm may be the two men in the spotlight, but they wouldn't be here without the huge contribution from the people who are quite literally their right-hand men. Their co-drivers Daniel Elena and Timo Rautiainen. Daniel has been with Sebastian Loeb for all of his WRC career, while Timo has been with Marcus for all but 8 of his 150 starts. And with 66 wins between them, they're the two most successful co-drivers of all time. The co-driver role is a varied one, but the most prominent and crucial duty is delivering those pace notes. They may be describing the same stages, but as you'll see, their drivers use very different systems.
Sebastian uses a difficult system because it's a Latin system with a lot of angle of corner, and you have a lot of combination, and it's not easy. You have just Sebastian understand. If you take the note of Sebastian with Marcus, it's sure it's not possible to drive fast.
There are 9 or 10 different levels in our notes. It's called descriptive notes. It's just a word describing the corner and telling Markus which speed he can enter the corner. We don't have to add so much into the notes themselves, except like stones inside or stones outside or tightens or opens. Titan is Kirra. Everybody asks what is tightens. Now I tell you it's Kirra is tightens.
These are the notes describing a particular corner in a stage here in Wales. You can see that details used by Gronholm on the left and Loeb on the right are very different, and this is what it all means.
Brake for 80 meters, right 90, medium long, very important don't cut, and 180 meters and crest flat.
Frein pour 80 mètres, droite 90 millions, vraiment pas corde. 180 mètres, tirez droit.
Long right hairpin tightens, stones inside, stops outside, 150, crest flat, 120 to the finish.
Seitsemän oikein pitkä hidas, Kirraa kivet sisällä ja kannot ulkona. 150.
That's the nuts and bolts of the job, but there is also a psychological element to their work, dealing with the differing temperaments of their drivers.
Every now and then he though asks me before the stage, please tell me if I start to drive like crazy. I said, yeah, of course. And yeah, every now and then I could limit him like a little bit.
You have to push Sebastian because he's sleeping every day. Every time it's in the first stage on the morning, it's very difficult to wake up for Sebastian.
And Daniel and Timo now have to guide their drivers through stages 8 and 9. Matthew Wilson is one of the early drivers into these stages. He starts by Chris Atkinson in the last stage, but after scoring finishes in Japan and Ireland, he seems to be growing in confidence. He's not letting the Australian get away from him. He's just 3 seconds behind. Sebastian Loeb is still cruising in the Citroën. This is the final event for his team boss Guy Frekeland, who's retiring. His team have never failed to collect either the driver or manufacturer's title since their first full season in 2003, and he'll want to leave the sport with another trophy, courtesy of Loeb. Markus Gronholm will leave the WRC as part of the manufacturer winning team. And he's still doing all he can to keep in the hunt for the driver's title. He gets through these 2 stages without incident. Ford's second driver, though, has been in inspired form in Wales this weekend. On stage 9, he's once again right on the limit. With 2 victories under his belt already this season in Norway and Japan, Kivinen is clearly getting into the winning habit, and if Loeb stays where he is, there's no reason for the board to ask him to back off for his teammate. Mikko is quicker than Gronholm in stage 9 and keeps the gap between them at just over half a minute. Andreas Mikkelsen is another young Scandinavian hoping to emulate Kivinen and work his way up through the ranks of the sport. He's currently running in 10th.
60. Kort 4 høyre over krøn, til krøn, 60.
Oh! But a big mistake for the Norwegian there. His note should have warned him not to cut the corner there. That rock should have been easily avoided. Taking another look, he just turns in a fraction too early, clips the rock on the inside, and he's instantly flipped into a roll. And one more time from inside the car, he was perhaps unsighted by that hay bale. So seeing the huge boulder on the right must have come as a nasty surprise for the youngster. A violent accident, but thankfully both driver and co-driver are unharmed. So Mikkelsen won't be troubling the top 8, where all positions remained unchanged after these 2 stages. Danny Sordo in 5th did close a little on 4th place Peder Solberg though. The teams are now on their way back to the service park in Swansea.
We are still leading, but of course in the first stage, I was a little bit too cautious, and Markus took 10 seconds straight away, so I needed to push quite hard for the next two, but luckily I managed to maintain my lead.
Well, this morning has been okay, very good. For me it was no problem. Conditions were not so bad. For sure it's wet and muddy, but it was the grip was constant, not changing all the time like yesterday, so it was less tricky, and the visibility was good, no problem.
Sebastian Loeb going for his 4th successive driver's title, and the man whose record he's trying to equal is an interested spectator here today.
And what are you doing here this weekend?
Just spectating, nothing major. It's nice to see sometimes. I haven't seen so many rallies this year, just a few other rallies, and so nice to see, and especially because Markus is the last one, and so looking good.
On to stage 10, and here is Loeb at the start line. Sebastian's 3 previous championships have all been wrapped up before the end of the season, so a different experience for him this year. But if he's feeling any pressure, he would know it. Chris Atkinson's already well into the stage. He celebrated his birthday on day 1 of the rally. The best present for him this weekend is if his Subaru team can take 3rd place in the Manufacturers' Championship. And they're in a strong position to do that, with Atkinson 6th and Petter Solberg 4th. While the 2 point-scoring drivers of Stobart, BK Ford, Henrik Solberg and Jari-Matti Latvala are outside the points after their problems yesterday. In fact, the leading Stobart driver is Matthew Wilson, who's just a few seconds behind Atkinson in 7th.
Square right on.
And he's been up on the Australian through the sprints. Just 3.1 seconds between them. And as he nears the finish now, he could pass Atkinson. Not quite. He stays in 7th, but is now just 0.3 of a second behind. In the early days of his career to one nearing the end of his, Markus Gronholm. Whether or not he takes the world title or rally win this weekend, he will leave a legacy as one of the most exciting drivers to grace the WRC. And here is the man looking to assume that mantle. Mika Kivinen has often stated he's learned a lot from his double world champion teammate, and his increasing ability has been displayed in dramatic fashion in this final rally of 2007. And the student again beats the teacher on stage 10.
You've only lost 0.4 there, so you're a lot more happy with your performance in this stage second time round.
Yeah, but I saw from Markus's tracks and marks that he was really pushing. I'm sure he'd give it one more shot and see how it goes, and I was coming absolutely flat out to stay in close to him, but it's not bad.
Again, positions unchanged after that stage, but Chris Atkinson's 6th place is under threat from Matthew Wilson. Manfred Stoll is in 8th in what could be his last rally in a WRC car. The Austrian and his co-driver Ilka Miner finished 2nd in Wales last year. But with their team sponsor OMV withdrawing from rallying, their future is uncertain. Another Sara driver, Conrad Rautermack, is making his WRC debut, but he was caught out by a tricky right-hander on stage 8 and ploughed straight into a bank. Subaru's Chevy Ponce is just outside the points in 9th. But when he approached the same corner that caught out Rautermack, he too was far too fast. And he actually lands on Conrad's stricken car. Chevy, though, was able to continue. Jan Kopecky and a Skoda Fabia's battled with Mads Osberg for 10th. The two are in fact an identical time after stage 10. After returning under Super Rally rules, Jari-Matti Latvala has fought his way back to 12th. And what a performance it's been by him today. Without the pressure of battling for the top positions, he's won all 4 stages so far. A sign of what could have been but with some broken windscreen wipers. Just Just behind Latvala on the leaderboard is the leading Munchies Ford driver, Luis Perez Companc. While Sebastian Lindholm is continuing the development of the Suzuki SX4. He's restarted this morning after brake failure ended his run yesterday, but he has had a trouble-free run so far today. Back to the front runners now as they move on to the final pair of forest stages before a blast around the Super Special in Cardiff's Millennium Stadium. Atkinson has got himself involved in a real tussle for his 6th place with Matthew Wilson this afternoon. He was defending a lead of just 0.3 of a second coming into this stage, but the Subaru driver strengthens his position a little. His lead now just under 2 seconds. Marcus Gronholm is second fastest in the Epping stage, and it is another couple of seconds closer to his teammate Mikko Hirvonen. Fastest again was Jari-Matti Latvala.
Vasen eri jouhee sisältä. 8 vase täys. Ja nyppy oikein eri jouhee pidä sisällä 7. Ja oikein hidas kirraa.
On to the second run through halfway as the sun starts to set. Sebastian Loeb has understandably backed right off this afternoon. Fastest on stage 11. Which has perhaps prompted the Frenchman to step up his pace a bit in the darkness at halfway. He's third fastest in here.
Et droite 50 plus s'ouvre pas corde.
And he's edging closer and closer to that world title.
We just have to count the stages and to say, okay, one less. Now we have 2 days less, 1 day to go. At the moment everything is perfect, so hopefully we can continue and finish in this position.
As was the case yesterday, Mikko Hirvonen is again very quick driving in the dark. He's second fastest on stage 12, and his lead is safe going into the final leg. Hirvonen's lead is now 35.7 seconds. Jari-Matti Latvala was fastest again in that stage to make it 6 out of 6 in the forest today. And 6th place Chris Atkinson increased his advantage over Matthew Wilson to 7 seconds. One final engagement for the crews on this second day of Wales Rally GB. The 1.1 kilometre Cardiff stage at the city's Millennium Stadium. Thousands enjoying the unique experience of an indoor stage, and Sebastian Loeb is one of the biggest draws. And he's through this stage safely, and that's one more obstacle out of the way in his quest to retain the World Drivers' title. The third and final day of the last round of the 2007 season, and for the third day running, the crews will be greeted with challenging weather conditions. The early start means it's still dark too, and high winds this morning have blown down the timing system at the start line of stage 14. So a more traditional flag start is used to launch Sebastian Loeb into this test. Loeb, remember, only needs to finish 5th here to clinch the title. He's currently in 3rd, so surely the only thing that prevents him claiming the title now is horrendous conditions. And here is his title rival, Marcus Gronholm. There are 100km/h winds out there this morning, and this is the longest stage of the weekend at just under 29 kilometres, so a difficult challenge ahead. And the Finn will be clinging to the hope that this bad weather could cause Loeb to slip up. Leading British driver Matthew Wilson begins the day 10 seconds behind 6th placed Chris Atkinson. But it's a frustrating start for the Subaru driver. Like many others this weekend, his demister and windscreen wipers are struggling to deal with the conditions, and the lack of visibility sees him lose well over half a minute, and he slips behind Wilson to 7th. No problems so far though for Sebastian Loeb. It's a clean run through the breakfast stage, and it's another step towards that world title. So Gronholm's championship challenge is fading away.
Oikein tosi hidas pitkä.
He is faster than Loeb through this stage, but once again, he's a couple of seconds slower than Hirvonen.
Marcus, the times have just gone up there. It's all really irrelevant at the moment.
Yeah, okay. Just, you know, we have to now go to the finish and let's see.
Montese Ford driver Luis Perez Compound has started the day in 13th. But that's a big error in the darkness for the Argentinian. And a frustrating finish for his season. Mikko Hirvonen was second fastest in that stage. He takes a lead of 37.5 seconds into stage 15. It's been another great performance from the Finn. He's now showing the kind of form that suggests he can challenge Loeb in the Drivers' Championship next year. He's third fastest through this stage. And Loeb also negotiates the 27 kilometres of stage 15 with no drivers. He can now head back to service in Swansea to regroup for that last charge for glory. There is a late delay for Petter Solberg though. The Norwegian loses around half a minute driving on a puncture in this stage, but he still has a buffer of 17 seconds over fifth-place Danny Sordo. No changes in the top 8 after that stage, but Matthew Wilson pulled another 11 seconds away from Chris Atkinson. All eyes though are on that man in third, Sebastian Loeb. And a little chance for him to collect his thoughts at the service stop in Swansea before the final 2 stages.
Are you letting yourself think about that 4th consecutive title yet?
For sure, we begin to think to that, but okay, we try just to be concentrated and to finish the rally. But it's getting closer, yes.
Are you nervous?
No.
Not at all?
Not really, no.
One title that has already been decided this weekend is the Production Championship, and that has gone to Toshi Arai. He was at home in Japan, but was confirmed as the winner when Argentina's Gabriel Pozzo crashed out here on stage 5. Arai can now celebrate his second PWRC title. Just 2 stages remain of the 2007 season then. Stage 16 is the second run through the 29-kilometre Brecva test. Still very blustery conditions out there, but Loeb certainly looks unfazed by the pressure of expectation back in service. He's always been one of the most composed drivers around, and again in this stage he puts in a perfectly controlled performance. Loeb's teammate Danny Sordo is looking good to secure 5th place. It's been another promising season for the young Spaniard, and he'll certainly be one to watch next year. While Petter Solberg too will hope that he has a brighter future to look forward to.
Opens up long, caution 40.
He passes through stage 16 with the 3rd fastest time and stays on course to final 4th. It's almost all over then. Only 27 competitive kilometres remain to decide once and for all who will be this year's champion. So Sebastian Loeb's destiny remains very much in his hands. Off he goes into stage 17, and he could now be just minutes away from equaling the great Tommi Mäkinen's record of 4 consecutive drivers' titles.
100 mètres. Gauche 142 000 encore de légère bout intérieur.
And Mäkinen's compatriot Marcus Grönholm now knows that his dream of winning a 3rd championship is hanging by a thread. He'll know that the damage was done with those critical errors in Japan and Ireland, but there's no time for regrets. It's not over until Loeb's crossed the finish line. Mikko Hirvonen, meanwhile, is set to finish the season in style. He's made the perfect backup role for his teammate all year and has already ensured that Ford secured the manufacturer's title in Ireland. But a late error from the Finn, a spin early in this stage. He does have a buffer of just under half a minute ahead of Grönholm, but as he gets going again, minus his bumper, his victory is suddenly looking a little less certain. Sebastian Loeb has had to fight a lot harder for his 4th world title. His rival has floundered in the last 2 rounds. A slip-up in Japan aside, it's been a stunning finish to the season for the Frenchman. After a year that's seen twists and turns for the last 10 months, there are no late disasters for Seb. He passed through the final flying finish of the season and once again into the record books. There's delight for the retiring Citroën team boss Guy Freckelin back at service, and at the stop control, Loeb and co-driver Daniel Elena are already celebrating.
Sebastian, 2007 World Rally Champion and now 4 consecutive titles.
Yeah, it's incredible, huh? When we think how we started with nothing 10 years ago, and now it's 4-time world champion. For me, it's incredible, and this year will especially stay a very good memory for me because it was a hard battle all the season, a very hard battle with Marcus, and finally we get the championship with only 4 points lead. It's not the same than with 40 like some years ago, so no, it's really good moment.
So it wasn't to be then for Marcus Gronholm. It would have been the perfect way for the great Ben to finish his career. But despite leading Loeb for most of the season, a third title has proved just beyond his reach. With Hirvonen slipping up earlier, he's still attacking hard to the finish as he has an outside chance of snatching his 31st victory. The stage is cleared, and that's the end of a distinguished career for Marcus and co-driver Timo Rautiainen.
Marcus, the end of your last rally, the end of your last season. Fantastic championship fight, but so near yet so far away.
Yeah, okay. I knew when I started this rally that it will be difficult, and it was difficult. Okay, that's how it is. Seb took the championship. I made a mistake in Ireland, which cost me probably the title, but okay. What can I do? Anyway, quite happy with the career. So
the rally win is still to be decided though. Hirvonen's pushing hard into the final few corners of the rally in an effort to limit the time already lost with that spin.
Oikee, tosi hidas tiukka. Ja maali.
Fortunately for the Finn, his hard work on the previous 2 days has been enough. His advantage is halved, but the last win of the 2007 season goes to Mikko and Jarmo Lehtinen.
Hyvä jätkä silti. Mä sanon heti tuon tiimillekin vettiin pihalle.
Mikko, big end to the rally season for you. Fantastic.
Yeah, the season has been absolutely perfect, and 3 wins, and I've been in many rallies. I've been fighting with Markus and Sebastian, and I'm really happy it's the last rally for Markus, so I'm glad I can be in the podium with him.
Mikko Hirvonen's winning margin in the end just 15.2 seconds. Further down, Petter Solberg got home in 4th, Danny Sordo was 5th, with Matthew Wilson beating Chris Atkinson for 6th. But the most important statistic is those 6 points for Loeb in 3rd. That makes him WRC Drivers' Champion 2007. The perfect retirement present for his team boss, Guy Freckelin.
Guy, congratulations. That's a fantastic way for you to finish your WRC career.
Yes, it's really a very nice result for the team, for Sebastian and Daniel, and for me also.
If we didn't know it already, I think this proves it. Sebastian really is one of the greatest drivers we've ever seen, isn't he?
It's really a great pilot and very great sportsman also, because with Marcus it was fantastic battles, and it's really fantastic.
As you say, it was a fantastic battle between Ford and Citroën all year, so probably a good thing that Ford won the manufacturers and Sebastian won the drivers' championship, that you both got one each.
Yeah, it's like this. It's fantastic. It's for the both companies and for the drivers also, and it's very nice.
And one of the first to congratulate Guy is his counterpart at Ford, Malcolm Wilson. And there are the final standings in the Drivers' Championship. Loeb finishing on 116 points, 4 ahead of Gronholm, with Hirvonen taking 3rd, Danny Sordo 4th, and Petter Solberg 5th. Solberg's 4th place this weekend, helping to secure 3rd place in the Manufacturers' Championship for Subaru. Citroën 2nd, Ford, of course, already the champions. That's some consolation for Marcus Gronholm as he ends his WRC career. He's played a big part in this memorable season. But in the end, it's Citroën Sebastian Loeb who's the drivers' champion for the 4th year in a row. And of course, Daniel Elena is the champion co-driver. You can find all the reaction to this weekend's events at WRC.com. So goodbye from Wales, and we'll leave you with some memories of the epic that was the 2007 World Rally Championship.
200 mètres, 240 secondes.